somebody else is doing 98. And that's just the way that the standard of the Pro Tours are. It's absolutely brutal. One, but you think, oh, best of 11, lots more scope. What's going on here? Oh, that's what's going on. What a
Graham Hall.
There you go. Appreciation once again between the two players to get himself a shot.
52.
Well, Graham's going to get a shot here. And he can pick his double. Double 16 to make it 2-2.
Game shot on the
typically sharp.
Graham Hall.
And yesterday on his doubles, he was excellent.
Yeah. Super 58, 140, 133.
140.
From Hall to steal a march on Tommy Morris here in this last leg.
If this goes out, it will create a 4-point cushion at the top of the table. And he's on the bull to finish the whole thing. Oh, it was right on line. And Tommy might only have this chance to win this match. It's on. He doesn't get the second treble.
100.
What a thrilling first contest of Tuesday.
Required 25.
We've got two players here right on their pomp, haven't we?
The difference may be the fact that Hall is getting match darts
Game shot
and Tommy didn't get one.
Graham Hall.
What a great fixture. We already can't wait for those two to play each other again. That was a sensational 16th game of the week. The second fixture was just as good as the first. But when we come back after the break, it's going to be Whitlock against Hamilton, and that's what you've just seen. A second ton plus average for Hall against Morris. I tried wearing pink once. Didn't work out very well. Well, that's worked out really well. It's a great first start for Andy. Needs to get back into this match because he doesn't want to have to chase Simon in best of 7 legs with a 2-leg deficit.
108.
Perfectly done. Look at the way he measured it from left to right in the bed there. Absolutely sensational.
You see rhythm players play and you think, oh, you know, we just watched Tommy Morris and
42.
bang, bang, bang. That's the way he plays.
Requires 71.
And he seems to, it feels like he throws 3 individual darts, but at a rhythm.
But where do they go? They go in.
On his second leg, Andy Hamilton.
Knowing that should this one get away from him, he's got to start reeling out some performances to keep himself at the top.
And he's got Tommy Morris next.
100.
And that's not going to be simple. Well, that is a 4th maximum for Andy Hamilton in this game. And there is a second for Simon.
And he requires 130.
It might be match over, though. If a 60 and a bullseye is found. Door number 3. Bingo. What a game. And it's 4-2 this time to Hamilton. They're 6-6 in legs for the week and 1 game all. That was a stunning performance from Andy Hamilton. One of the best he's ever had in this building. Averages 100 with the 130 finish on the bullseye at the end. And he takes... And his worst performance dragged that average down. So maybe that average doesn't do him justice. Shots like this might. Interesting. He's just checking to see if he's got double 12 left. He did.
123.
And I'm surprised he went that way with Robertson on 170.
170.
Another. He was dreaming of a big fish.
130.
Has to settle for a little one.
She required 12.
Yeah, to leave him very tidily set on double top should he get back. He's not going to get back.
Andres Nikolaou.
Nikolaou really did finish that off nicely.
But I didn't realise this until after our show yesterday. He actually reminds me of an old friend of ours.
108.
And that's an old friend of Andreas. He's hit plenty of those. But tall, follically challenged a little bit, experienced, very well known.
60.
He might not be from the northeast, but he's spent an awful lot of time there. Ian Gleason.
Oh, yeah. Cleo, yeah. Absolutely right.
177.
Well, what is Andreas up to here? Maybe the biggest thing that's ever happened in Cypriot sport is when Marcos Bagdatis made the final of the Australian Open.
40. Andreas,
This might be the biggest thing that's ever happened to Cypriot darts. The dream is over for now. So already we've had a chance at a 170 checkout for Robertson and a chance at a 9-darter for Andreas. Today is not disappointing.
$140. Andreas, you require 84.
Let's face facts here. Steve is not playing poorly, but Andreas is playing on another level.
Game shot on his second leg.
He's averaging
Andreas
111
Nikolaou.
for the first couple of legs. Going for the 20s in his previous visit on Dart 3 was the equivalent of giving the ball to Chris Waddle in 1990 for the penalty. Maybe it wasn't a mistake at the time. But look what happens every time someone leaves a bogey number. You get two trebles.
102.
Yeah, but you know it and I know it. It happens to us consistently. So the one time you do it, oh, nicely done there.
Steve Robertson.
By Steve Robertson. Had to, was the word.
Fifth
Had
leg.
to.
It's Andreas to throw first. Game on.
One thing's for sure.
Didn't quite make his desired target, but Robertson now to try and save himself. It's the bullseye for him.
44.
It nearly was the bullseye for him.
Andreas, you require 20.
Closer than last time.
Nikolaou comes back at the 20 and once again goes through his little ritual. Wipes his darts, blows in his hands, licks his fingers. Oh, pulls his eyes down that time. Very nice too.
It's a little bit intricate to say the least. Other side.
No score.
But not that side.
Steve, you require 25.
4 darts for the match missed. And Steve's got to make him pay for that.
Yeah, just a cardinal sin where he was trying to make sure, wasn't it? And just took the burners off. Double 6 then to save himself.
19.
Ooh, bit early in the morning for that one then.
Required 20.
Yeah, that one definitely looked like an early morning double. This may be an early morning 2-pointer. He gets across the line with his 7th match dart and gets the 2 points this time against Robertson. He's going to have to wait for a second victory in this group. Might just take a little bit of time to get going based on what we've seen from Steve over the last day and a bit.
Right to the shop, get my fizz bombs, ready for the day. You know, that sort of thing.
Oh, what about that sort of thing? That makes a lot of sense,
61.
that shot.
Tommy, you require
Just didn't quite
54.
find it. And Morris, the sniper that he is,
14.
doesn't find the mark this time.
Simon, you require 40. Game shot on his second
Simon
leg.
finds the mark.
Simon Whitlock.
No game has disappointed so far. It's either been a
Third
stream
leg,
of
it's
quality
Simon to throw
or
first.
intrigue.
Game on.
Decides to start up north. Fruitful. Undecided on what to leave. Double 18.
70. Tommy, you require 51.
It was a chance to win. Is it the only one he gets?
Game shot on his
Time will
sixth
tell.
leg. Tommy Morris.
I suppose what I'm trying to say is that the moments can be varied, the memories are still long in the tooth type thing.
Absolutely. Makes perfect sense to me. Just like that does.
180.
Another maximum for Whitlock. And he's left 50 again. This time after 5 visits, and it is to pinch an excellent game of darts. He's already had one at double 18 and one at double 16. Gives him a 4-3 victory in a fabulous 7-leg contest. Whitlock again averages 93, but this time it gets him the victory. There is a subculture to darts that can yield great success. And what the MODUS Super Series and the ADC and, to some extent, UKDA, we're still trying to find those superstars for the future.
Yeah, very much so. And what's I remember about that club? You could look out the back window and look up the hill and see St James's Park just at the other end of the street. Yeah.
Game shot on the second
Well, it's 2-0 to Robertson. And right now, he's feeling so chipper.
If you were looking at 3-0 there, he really was staring down the barrel of a gun. And now he's got to go 25 and ball. And this is just summing the game up. Go on, hit a ball and bust it.
76. Steve, you require 19.
I think that bullseye confused everybody. It's amazing how many times that happens when you got 75 left with 2 darts.
Well, referee Jack Garber will probably never call 76 in that direction ever again.
That is a massive double 2.
Steve Robertson.
Huge sigh of relief for McLongshanks, who takes a 3-0 lead against Graham Hall. The swings are possible. Does the game continue?
6.
It might not.
Steve, you require 12.
Graham is furious with how this has gone.
The darts are down. The head is gone.
Is the game all over?
Game
and
shot
right at the bottom of the board,
Steve Robertson.
It's Steve Robertson who takes a 2nd win of the week. And he puts himself back into contention somewhat because he's only 6 points behind Graham Hall, who has now played 1 more game than Nikolaou and Andy Hamilton.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's
44.
I see lots
Andy,
of
you
shock
require
results in sport, and
144.
darts is of no exception, and we're even seeing it right at the very top end.
I don't know if you caught that facial expression from Hamilton right there. It was one of, you think I can't hit a 144, Andreas? That was a very bold play from the Cypriot. He didn't go 14 bull on an 84 checkout. He went for treble 8. So he laid down the gauntlet and played the odds.
There's a certain amount of pressure to doing that.
On the first leg,
and he got away with it. He got away with it. What's Andy's reaction to that?
Andy, you require 132.
What I'd like to point out here is that Andreas has got his own routines, and I think he'd do that against Phil Taylor, or he'd do that against a fella down the dog and duck. I don't think he would change what he's doing. And that's how you need to be as a player. And Andy Hamilton here mentioned one of his best darts was at the bullseye against Phil Taylor in an interview he did yesterday, and he's done it again.
Third leg, it's Andy to throw
That
first.
is class from the hammer.
Andy, you require
the full stop.
20.
This is to get to 8 points with Simon Whitlock.
Game shot and the match.
Very, very valid
Hamilton.
and valiant performance from the hammer. That had a lot to admire. He played super well over those 5 legs. And let's not forget, he won 4 straight after losing the first leg of the contest. I wouldn't say struggling,
Simon,
that was a really good try.
116.
Right in the middle. Where's his tops? The man from down under goes north.
Game shot on the first
And that
leg.
one was right
Simon
in
wins.
Darwin.
With much success.
Second leg, it's Simon to
It
throw
has to
first.
be said.
Simon, you require 96.
This could be the last start of the match.
Game shot.
What
and
a
the match,
performance.
Simon Whitlock.
So consistent and explosive. When it came to the 180s, once again, he's hit 10 for the day in 3 games, and he's still got 2 to go. But with that, he takes himself to the top of the table provisionally, with other people yet to play. This isn't poor either.
133.
Wherever he goes on the
Tommy
dartboard, he
require
seems to be
118.
finding a great deal of joy. He's got to be halted. Isn't that right, Tommy?
On the second leg, Tommy Morris.
He's just answered it.
89.
It's a match-winning chance.
Tommy require 84.
To reverse yesterday's defeat to Hamilton. Double 6. Big points for Morris.
Tommy Morris.
He snaps his losing streak and stops Hamilton from being undefeated today. An excellent game of darts. The stats don't really tell you the story. Both high 80s averages, but a very, very good contest. When you've got 60 left and you throw that single 20, when it comes out of your hand, you think, ooh, that's a little low. And there's that tiny microsecond where you think, don't you dare go on the treble 20. And as soon as I say that statement, he hits 3 of them.
But it does take your concentration off the double top, doesn't it?
Maybe that's one of the reasons why Andy Hamilton goes for the small 20.
56.
And that I still feel is a very brave move, but he's a very up and down thrower, isn't he, with the arm movement? So a wise old man told me in the pub one day, it's a 20 right at the very top, Scott, and it's still a 20 right at the very bottom near the ball.
Amen to that. And what you're seeing from these two throwers are 2 very different styles.
58.
Andreas gets himself in a position, a very rigid position, and a very perpendicular position to throw a dart. But Graham is a little bit more front on, and there's a momentum shift from back to front, and he pushes the dart. And boy, does he do it well.
165.
This game is turning into Graham
40.
bogeying the previous hole after a 3-putt, and this is the next tee. And he said, pass me the driver. Because this is angry, accurate darts.
Game shot on the second leg.
Yeah, 11 dart leg there. Could have been a 10.
I think it just goes to show that this standard that we've seen from Graham is something that Andreas can't live with
52.
just yet. Hole 3 from 4 in the doubles. Looking at double 16. And putting in a stunning display, which again breaks his personal best. He's done it twice in 2 days, and he's still got 2 matches to go for moving day on Tuesday. And speaking of moves, he's gone to the top of the table once again, and he gets his revenge for yesterday in emphatic style.
137.
So that's part of the cardio side of things, but yeah, he understands that you can't start lifting big stuff and expect to go and hit the bullseye.
Game shot on the second leg.
Beauty.
Tommy Morris.
That really was a thing of beauty. And
Third leg,
Steve
it's
Robertson
Tommy to throw
averaging
first.
113, hasn't won a leg.
Not sure about that
Steve
last one. Maybe
required
going for
20.
the ball would have been better.
Or even gambling on the 20. Is Robertson back in this game? He most
Game shot on the
definitely
fourth
is.
leg, Steve Robertson.
After 2 legs,
Fifth leg, it's
Robertson
Tommy
was
to
averaging
throw first.
113
Game on.
with 0 legs in the bank.
Tommy
Sometimes you
require
forget.
150.
Didn't go for bullseye this time, did he? He's going for double 15. Oh, he's right on line as well.
120. Steve, you require 82.
And that could be his final act in round number 4 today. He's so livid he doesn't know where to walk. It might be off the stage. Because
Game
Robertson
shot
has won
and the
4
match,
straight.
Steve Robertson.
After being 2-0 up, Robertson got more chances and took them all. A real really good performance from Steve, his best so far this week. And his confidence will be sky high after that. That gets him to 6 points and off the bottom. So now we look at Nikolaou trying to get off the bottom himself as he takes on Simon Whitlock.
And all of a sudden, the number one gets away as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Scott, because you only leave 5 if you've done something wrong.
180.
And here we go again.
Do you reckon he'll replicate his son's blind 180 here?
He'd like to replicate his son's 9 data.
That he
90.
would. And if he could just top it off with a blind 180 second throw, wouldn't that be special? Go on, look away, look away. Oh, he didn't do it.
180.
Well, what he's done so far in this campaign is that he has not failed to hit a maximum in any match.
30. Simon, you require.
We know that's
41.
the big part of his game.
And that used to be the best part of his game. Now, if he can knit the two things together, with the likes of Patrick Tringler, Anton Ursland, Jeffrey Desvant, they all missed out. Whitlock misses out on a 167, but he will be back for double 14, you feel,
Andreas, you require
unless Andreas
160.
digs deep and finds the biggest finish he's ever had on this stage. So Whitlock will return to get a very valuable 4-0 victory
41.
to go back to the top of the table
28.
for now. It's all his.
And
after a scratchy first leg, he does clean things up, and he only gets 2 maximums this time. He's well over the 20-point mark when it comes to 180s this week, and it's just inevitable that he's going to get some against Graham Hall in the last match of the day. We'll have to wait a few games before we see that, but for now, Whitlock gets a 4-0 victory and is top of the table once again.
This is a way back into the match for the hammer.
Game shot on the
And
third
he
leg.
absolutely
Andy
takes the
Hamilton.
invitation. You cannot beat a bit of experience here at the
Fourth
Live
leg,
Lounge.
it's Graham to throw first. Graham,
And
you
something
require
might just happen,
130.
like making a Lakeside final. He did that at 70.
Yeah, I believe it's still there for Andy.
But is this there? It
Game
is.
shot on the fourth leg.
It's
Graham
exquisite
Hall.
from Graham Hall. And all the momentum that had been lost in leg 3,
Fifth leg.
it now
it's Andy
returns to
throw
the man,
first.
adorned in black
Game
and
on.
green. As my last PDC Tour win, I beat Peter Wright, Mark Webster, Mervyn King, Dave Chisnell, all in the same day.
180.
And I was hanging around with
Andy
all those guys at the
require
same
80.
time. But Graham might not be hanging around for much longer, unless this goes out. Well,
Game shot on the
figure
fifth
that out
leg.
if you can.
Andy Hamilton.
He's had so many problems on double top, but in this match, he's hit it 3 times.
Sixth
How
leg.
can you
It's
not
Graham to
love
throw
that?
first. Game on.
That is superb. From the hammer. Superb.
Right, Andy, you require 48.
So double top has been cooperating. But this time, he's going nowhere near it. He's
Game
going there
shot
for a
and the
double-double
match.
again. It's a
Andy
somewhat
Hamilton.
accidental one, though. And Hamilton gets a very, very good win against Graham Hall. Yesterday, Hall won by 4 legs to 1 comfortably. But this time, Hamilton had just a little bit more in the tank.
Tommy, you require
He'll have his tail up
100.
if he's walking away with another 14 or 15 data.
Game shot on the third leg.
Where's that tail, Tommy?
Morris.
Firmly up.
Tommy, you require 64.
Down for the 16s. He went for 2 doubles. And he's got
Game
2
shot
doubles.
And the match.
That's how
Tommy
you finish a
Morris.
day off. Make of that what you will. That was flashy from the gun. But he's just left Tuesday with a smile. And he will have 10 points after 2 days of action. 103.66. We've had plenty of ton plus averages today and some great spots.
42.
That might be all right.
Andy requires 70.
And he's only 1 from 5 on his doubles in this match. But you sense it's about to change.
Game shot on the 5th leg, Andy Hamilton.
Typically tenacious, he just won't wilt. He's like stainless steel
6th leg,
spinach.
it's Andy to throw first. Game on. 51. Andy, you require 108.
So, Hammer's given himself a chance. We've seen a 145, a 138, a 130, and a 132 from him.
He can get past that. Double 16. It is just superb.
Andy Hamilton.
He never gave in. He was under pressure the whole match. And I think Robertson understands just how difficult it is now to get rid of the hammer. Gonna have to go and find a toolbox, Steve. But we'll see you tomorrow. He's only gonna have 6 points alongside Andreas Nikolaou. But it was an improved day for the man from the northeast, and Hamilton is going to finish on 12 points alongside either Whitlock or Graham Hall.
54.
Hits the hurdle.
Graham, you require
And that's why he didn't hit
94.
tops.
So Graham Hall with a chance here. Which way is he going? Is he going bullseye or is he going treble 18? Nicely hit. 2 at tops then.
Game shot on the
Whitlock
2nd
shakes his
leg,
head in the
Graham Hall.
background. And he's probably saying to himself, why,
leg,
oh
it's
why
Graham
do
to
I
throw
give people
first.
opportunities?
Game on.
Got to use his wise old head here and stay straight with the first. Oh, nicely done.
60.
And these are the moments where you just then want to run head
Graham,
first
you
through the
require
board.
32.
You create an opportunity for yourself and then miss.
Simon will feel like he's just missed the bus. Does he have to wait for the next one coming? He
Game
does.
shot on the 5th leg, Graham Hall.
It's no wonder this game's so tight. You can barely prize them apart in the table.
91.
That is really sensible
Graham,
and
you require
excellently executed.
124.
9 darts each, both on a makeable finish. Does it end right here? It may just do.
99.
Brilliance on the bullseye it isn't.
Simon, you require 130.
But if Whitlock can find one more magic spell, he will lead the table overnight. Wave the wand at the bull.
92.
They've both missed it.
Graham, you require 25.
One by considerably more than the other. So it's Graham Hall coming back to polish off the 25.
Second day in a row that Whitlock has missed a dart to beat Graham Hall. Yesterday, Graham made him pay,
Game shot
and he makes
and
him
the
pay
match.
once again with
Graham
another
Hall.
4-3 scoreline. It's not the end of the world for Whitlock. It's still been an excellent day for him. A very up and down one for Hall in what has got to be the contest of the day. Both averaged 97. They've both had very decent doubling, more so for Hall, but having the darts in that last leg was crucial. Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series. The climax of Tuesday did not disappoint. Graham Hall taking out Simon Whitlock by 4 legs to 3, and in doing so, he does lead overnight. It's been a fabulous day of darts. Wherever you look, there's been an upset or two. Great performances from plenty. We've seen a ton plus average from Andy Hamilton, numerous ton plus averages from Graham Hall, and a plethora of maximums from Simon Whitlock, who will start on 12 points tomorrow with Andy Hamilton in a striking position, Scott Mitchell. But how much credit have we got to give Graham Hall for still leading going into the final day?